Hey, what's going on, man? It is your boy, Sydney here on a, man, what day is it? Thursday afternoon. Shit, man, I've been losing track of the days. Been so busy and whatnot. That's why I've been, had a little bit of red around the eyes. I had someone in the comment think that I was smoking weed, but I don't do drugs, so that's not where it was coming from. But guys, today I wanted to talk to you about International Women's Day 2018. And I think I'm going to start off with the Google Play Store. I got a few gems for you today. Now, I went to update my apps on my, I got a Pixel 2. Oh man, what's going on there? There we go. I'm not going to show you my phone because it's just playing around with it. Anyway, I went to update the apps on my phone, and this was the first thing that came up. International Women's Day, amazing apps made by women. And then games created by women, games with strong female characters created by women, and celebrate women in film. Like we don't celebrate women in film at all. I mean, just pretty much sure that the whole of Hollywood is all about women right now, especially with the whole hashtag Me Too and women's empowerment and, you know, all of these extra female role models in all these films and whatnot. But anyway, I digress. So I thought to myself, okay, I'll humor you. International Women's Day. Let's check out the apps made by women. Right? Free photo editor. Plenty of those made by men. Never hear anything about that. Let's go on. Hooked chat stories. This is kind of interesting. I haven't seen something like this before. Here we go. It's time for app developers to create more nourishing experiences on mobile, says Prerna Gupta. She and her husband and co-founder, Parag Choudhary, aim to do so by creating immersive apps at the intersection of art and tech. Previously in music and now literature, the app at the forefront of the chat fiction fad. Hooked tells stories through text message conversations which readers reveal tap by tap. To Gupta, Hooked was the antidote to the notion that reading is dying. Art does not stand still. For fiction to survive, the way we tell stories must evolve to more accurately reflect the modern mind. And that's fair enough. It's I guess fairly accurate. I can't really argue too much with that for now. Was she always confident that Hooked would survive? She thought the odds were slim, but she knew it was possible, and she believes that this attitude helped her prosper. I think you need that mix of irrational optimism and realism to succeed, no matter what you're doing. Now, I agree with that statement, but when I actually looked at this app, it is just a bunch of crap, and this is pretty typical of the type of drama that women seem to love. Check this out. Yep, drama, headaches, attention seeking. Okay, that's great if you like causing trouble and you like giving people a headache. Certainly not my cup of tea. Interesting concept, but pretty shit, if that's anything to go by. Oh, here we go. Free podcast and audio, because I've never seen a free podcast and audio app before. Kitchen stories, recipes, baking, healthy cooking. Also haven't seen one of those before. Period tracker, clue. Gee, haven't seen one of those before either. Must be a new concept. Dating app, haven't seen one of those before. A task manager, haven't seen one of those before either. What else we got? Gamifies task management, allowing those who love building up a character and tackling goals in role-playing games to apply that drive to real life. It's a novel take on the productivity helper, mixing a personal focus on self-improvement with community interaction. I don't know. Jury's going to be out on that one. It looks kind of like a Pokemon type of thing. I mean, I just don't really see how this is overly productive. Here we go. Oh, here we go. Here's a task. Eat junk food. Cool. Great task, ladies. Great task. Eat junk food. That's really going to get you far. Go to gym. Note, don't skimp on the cardio. So you know that you skimp on the cardio and you're probably going to ignore the note. Cool. Let's go back, shall we? Really should open this in a new tab. What else have we got? Now, simple habit meditation. Now, I actually had a look at this and it does look kind of intriguing. So personally, I've actually downloaded this app. And see, this is the thing, right? We guys aren't sexist, right? If there's an app that's just there for the sake of being, like if Google Play Store is recommending an app purely because someone with a vagina wrote the app, that's a pretty shitty reason to recommend an app. But this app, I'm going to check it out. It might be good. The jury's out on that. I'll let you know what I think of it when I do my due diligence on this one. But largely, I mean, look, coding is a discipline, right? Men need to learn exactly the same things as a woman to code. They need to, right? They can do it online. Men can do it online for free. Women can do it online for free. Men can code. Women can code. You know, if you learn and you understand the code, then you can code and you can create apps. I don't see why it's a big fucking deal just because a woman made it. But of course, we know it's all about the women's. So that is what it is. Anyway, I also found an interesting article from CNN, of course, the trusted news source of most retards in America. So let's have a look at that. Here we go, International Women's Day. Oh, look. Here we go. There's this special person here with the pink pussy hat and says, you can't do it without us. Well, I beg to differ because we can cook, we can clean, we can make money, we can be happy without you, especially without someone like you. You look like you would just be a constant headache to me, if I'm being honest. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but you guys form your own opinion on that. Now, this was interesting. I'm actually going to go... Yeah, YouTube, right? Man, I got some weird ass shit in my history. Let's have a look at this. International Women's Day for kids. Not for adults, for kids. Let's have a look at what kind of bullshit indoctrination is on the menu today. Let's have a look at the first one that comes up. Let's watch that, shall we?
When I'm older, I want to be a vet.
Cool! You can be a vet. Go to university and study being a veterinarian.
When I'm older, I want to be a doctor.
Cool! You can go to uni and study medicine. I'm going to turn this up a bit for you guys.
A dentist.
Dentist. You could go and study dentistry and become a dentist.
A scientist.
Scientist. Cool. Go study science and become a scientist. Because you have the free choice to do that. But last time I heard, feminists were saying they're oppressed. So I don't know what's going on, like whether they actually have a free choice, whether the patriarchy is telling them they can't be a dentist, or they can't be a nurse, or they can't be a vet, or they can't be a doctor, or whatever it is that these young girls are saying they want to be. Because I'm pretty sure that they can be anything they want to be because we've given them the free choice.
Today, Aussie girls can grow up to be anything they want to be.
They can grow up to be anything they want to be, as long as they put in the hard work.
But that hasn't always been the case.
That's right, that hasn't always been the case. And when it wasn't the case, collectively speaking, and reliable studies have shown that women were happier when they weren't forced into jobs they didn't want to do.
Over the past century or so, women have...
Although some do want to do jobs that make them miserable. They have the freedom of choice to do that.
had to fight for the right to vote, work in the same jobs as men, and to be paid
Oh, and to be paid equal. That old chestnut.
equally. And International Women's Day was created to help their voices be heard. While a lot has changed, many say there's still work to do.
Yes, there is work to do. There's a lot of work to do. And if women did as much of that work that there is to do as men, then they would get paid the same. Because they'd be doing the same hours and creating the same productivity output. But the reality is that women, and understandably so, prefer a more balanced lifestyle, bit of a work-life balance, if you will, whereas men tend to sacrifice in silence to keep the women in their lives happy, as another very interesting revelation showed. And I'm going to do a video on that tomorrow. It's a video by Independent Man was showing that. Very, very good video. Let's get back to it, shall we?
A recent global study found that on average, women still earn $10,000 a year less than men.
That's
And
because you do.
experts reckon that gap won't close.
That's because you do $10,000 a year less work and less productivity output that makes money than men on average. And I'm not saying that there aren't a lot of women out there that pull their fucking weight, and often more than some men, right? I'm not saying that at all, because there are definitely some women out there that pull their weight. There are definitely some women out there that make a genuine contribution to society. And there's definitely some women out there that produce even more than some men. I know a lot of lazy guys, right? Not my friends, but I know lazy guys that don't earn more money than a lot of women I know. But that's because they don't deserve it. They don't work as hard. They don't work as many hours. And the women who earn less than the men that do the same job don't work as hard or put in as many hours as well, or they don't ask for pay rises. And I can tell you that's actually the problem, not sexism and patriarchy. Let's continue.
Close for another 117 years.
Apparently the pay gap isn't going to close for another 117 years. Well, let me tell you, it's never going to close. Because women are never going to put in the same amount of hours as men, because women prefer more work-life balance. And I think that they've got that right. I think that a lot of guys are crazy for working themselves to an early grave. Right? And for what? To be in a grave early? Come on. Guys, if you're working too much, I want you to start thinking about ways that you can generate income without having to work as many hours. Whether that means new qualifications, whether that means working harder for now, whether that means putting together a strategy, whether it means starting your own business. Do something about it. Don't work yourselves into a grave for nothing. Find the work-life balance the same way that women are doing. But try and do it off your own back rather than asking other people for money, which particularly happens in separations. Not going to go into that today. We'll address that another day.
The study also found that only 19% of the world's politicians are female.
Well, wouldn't you know it? 19% of the world's politicians are female. I mean, I would say that that percentage is higher in developed countries. There's obviously a lot of third world countries where it would be almost all male politicians, barely any females, if any at all. And, you know, that I wouldn't say that that's completely by choice, because there are some women that do want to be politicians who are qualified to be that. But the ones that aren't qualified to be politicians or don't want to be, then they shouldn't be. And there's always going to be more men that are willing to put in the hours and the dedication and be in the public eye non-stop and deal with the stress of being a politician than women. Let's continue.
There's also a big gender gap in areas like healthcare and education, especially in developing countries.
I don't disagree with that in developing
some
countries.
places, girls don't get to go to school.
That's
And
true.
it's hard to get access to proper medical treatment if they get sick.
It is.
It's problems like that that these girls want to help solve.
Good on them.
Today we've been making birthing kits for the people in Africa who have a high chance of getting infections. This kit is only the size of your hand, but it can make such a big difference.
They want to help other girls to have the same chances they do, to grow up and change the world.
Although Australia has developed and come so far, there's still a long way to go. We should help other developing countries, women
I don't think there's a long way to go in Australia. I think there's a long way to go overseas.
in those developing countries to gain some education
that could possibly change the world and make it more equal for everybody.
Okay. Let's have a look at the other video that I saw just before. Where are we? Here we go. More indoctrination. You can. Of course you can. Go where you want to. Do it when you want to. yes, you can learn how to be a pilot, but most women choose not to. They prefer to be working in an office most of the time. There's a lot that also would aspire to do something a bit more interesting, like becoming a pilot or becoming an engineer, but that's the minority. You could do that if you train to become a pilot and then you train to become a skywriter. But again, that requires lots of money and lots of time and effort and lots of dedication. And a lot of women are not prepared to spend that kind of money, 80 grand upwards, to become a pilot. Good luck sailing the sea in that vessel, because that's just going to land you dead or lost. Every day's her turn. So be strong and be brave and learn the things that you want to learn and take accountability for your choices and your actions and accept that the only person that determines your outcomes is you. Not men, not the patriarchy, but you. You live in the freest country in the world. You have the choice to do anything you want to do. Unless you choose not to, of course. Men can help birds fly as well. And yes, you can help birds fly. And you can be a doctor. So can men. In fact, I know both men and women doctors. So this is nothing new. You'll be a president if you actually care about what's good for the country, not what's good for women. And just for the record, when I say that about the president, you shouldn't focus on just men, and you shouldn't focus on just women. It should be balanced. And right now, it's not. I haven't seen a female president or prime minister yet that has equally focused on the needs of men and women, with a balance of fairness. Julia Gillard and Hillary Clinton come to mind, and one of them wasn't even president yet. Programmer, lawyer, or teacher. Okay, so let's just have a quick fact check here. So there are now more women graduating law than men. So of course you can become a damn lawyer. And almost all the teachers in the Western world now are women, because all the men have been forced out because of the risk of sexual harassment claims, or because of the risk of being claimed to be a pervert, or because of the indoctrination and the feminist agenda that's being pushed in schools that are teaching degrees. Universities, sorry. But, universities, what do you expect? So teach other girls to learn. You're not going to teach girls and boys to learn. Okay, got the message. So let the girls know that it's their turn. It's not boys' turn, it's girls' turn. There's no room for both girls and boys to have their turn at the same time, based on merit and effort. Okay, enough of that bullshit. Now, I'm going to do a quick shout out to you guys and see who's in the box and see what sort of comments I've got. Got Awas Kamkwa, thanks brother. Danish Monk, my man. Bob, God Botherer, MGTOW Farmer. All my peeps. Sweeney Rod, what's going on? Harmonic Live, Chromatic. All Turtle Coaching, my brother, welcome back to Australia. Brizzy Boy, what's going on? Where are we here? Looks like Benny Hanna was a bit salty about something. AP says some cuck tried to call me out for not going to International Women's Day morning tea at work. What kind of bullshit is that? What kind of bullshit is that? Charlie Brown AU. Alright. What's going on, Sishu? Chase Luke, Menace Media. Welcome, men. Appreciate you all. Motor Frozers. What's going on? I will do that, Danish Monk. Thank you so much. Man, Danish Monk is just the kindest guy, honestly. Kind of tempted to... No, I'm not going to check it now. Menace, looking forward to seeing you in more of the MGTOW merch. And Benny Hanna. I'm going to address the question that you had. And you did say, got a question for the gents. Why do you guys hate women? It is because you dropped the quails in the drink while she was looking, or is it something else? Let me tell you something, Benny Hanna. I actually don't hate women. I don't hate women at all. I just hate the way that they behave when the worst part of their nature is enabled to flourish by a gynocentric society, and the government that allows that to happen to men's detriment. Because I don't deserve to be treated like a piece of shit or to have less fairness because I grew with a penis. I didn't get to choose my gender when I was born. Nobody gets to choose. In fact, there isn't a choice. You're a man or you're a woman. Simple. It's black and white. There's no choice. So why do we alienate half the population to the sake of pandering to the other half? Oh, that's right. Because vagina and because feelings. And Menace, you nailed it. Menace Media says, do we hate women? No, we just want to work on ourselves. And also point out the hypocrisy, right, of these things like International Women's Day. What is going on? Today, MGTOW Investor says, MGTOW Investor, welcome, brother. Today on International Women's Day, I will introduce the pay gap tax. Men will now be taxed an extra 20% to bridge the gap between men and women's pay. Pretty much, hey. What's going on, Metal Dude? Riff Magos, Sishu, appreciate you. Alright guys, I'm actually going to get back to the best part of this video, right? I don't want to keep you guys hanging because this is juicy. This is juicy right here. Now, have you guys seen Google's homepage today? Alright, I'm going to firstly click on this. So we've got all these, all of the women's, all of the women's, all of the women's, all of the women's. Just women's, basically. What else do we have here? Oh, here we go. This is the... achieve gender equality, how to raise a feminist daughter, how to raise a feminist son, how to get a driver's license. Okay. Skip back for a second. How to achieve... Who saw that, how to raise a feminist son? Let me find it quickly. right? Feminist daughter, whatever. How to raise a feminist son. Now, where have I heard that before? Oh, that's right, Justin Trudeau. How to get a driver's license. Well, what you can do is you can go and get some driving lessons. And then once you've had some driving lessons, what you could also do, just a suggestion, is go and do your driving test. And then once you've done your driving test and you pass it, like men have to also, you can pay the fee and get your driver's license. There's just a suggestion. Don't take my word for it. Just throwing it out there that that's an option for you, right? How to stop sexist ads. Well, hate to break it to you, but women are the majority of people in marketing departments that run these sexist ads. So, unfortunately, they're their own worst enemy. What is Me Too? Wait. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Did I just read right that it says there, to everyone seeking a more equal future? Did I just read that? Guys, please comment and let me know if I read that right? Because I'm pretty sure that says to everyone seeking a more equal future. I only ask if I'm reading that right because I just saw this where it says the future is female. I'm pretty sure that an all-female future doesn't equal an equal future. And this is just the downright hypocrisy of all this International Women's Day crap. Nobody gives a fuck about International Men's Day. Nobody gives a fuck about the guys who code. Nobody gives a fuck about the guys who create films, blockbusters. Nobody gives a fuck about male actors. Nobody really gives a shit about anything that men do because they don't have a vagina. We don't get we've got an International Men's Day, but the media don't pick it up. The media don't care. They couldn't care less. So, this is just another typical example of, and look, the thing is, there's some women out there that are pushing to only have a male side, but there are so many women out there, they see the whole International Women's Day, they're like, oh, this is, so great, women's achievements, blah, blah, blah. But because they're not men, they don't see the fact that there's nothing for men. There's no affirmative action. There's no extra superannuation like Vodafone Australia and ANZ pay, right? There's no special privileges. There's no gender quotas for men. Men don't get any legs up, right? We just have to work and fight and negotiate and push and perform to get what we get every single time. And women are going to do that largely as well. But there's a growing faction of the employment sector where women don't have to work for these things the way that men do, right? Because of affirmative action. And that's not gender equality. That's hypocrisy. Anyway, men. Ooh, hang on. Charlie Brown just sent a pic to my Twitter. See what I got here. Am I even logged in on the computer? Here we go. Sydney. MGTOW. Here we go. Log in. I'm going to log in for Sydney here. What did I just have sent to me? Notifications. This, Charlie, I'm sorry, I don't know if this is going to load, brother. Hang on. Here we go. This is what's just been sent to me now. Let me just zoom in a little bit. There we go. That's the tweet just now from Charlie Brown. If you do have Twitter and you want to follow me, at Sydney MGTOW is my tagline. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna start chilling out and tuning out now. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, exactly, Charlie Brown. Can you imagine the snowflake reaction if we advertised a job for men only? Man, we're getting a lot of soy boys in the box tonight. Downvoting the video, huh? Telling people to downvote it. Oh well, you do what you got to do, but that's not going to stop my subscribers, because my subscribers know the truth, right? We got a hell of a lot of men here that are just very, very red-pilled. About to just have a look at this one last thing. Just had a comment, I believe, put on one of my videos by my man Metal Dude. View all comments. Okay, Metal Dude, I don't think I can see it just yet, but I will check it out. I'll refresh it later. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for jumping in. I really appreciate you all. It was good to see you all, and I am very much looking forward to catching up with you tomorrow for my next edition of Sydney's Tales, whatever you want to call it. I'm your boy, Sydney MGTOW. If you want to follow me on any of my other accounts, go check out the links below. You can donate. You can even flick me an email if you so desire. Look forward to speaking to you all soon. Peace.